Good morning, this is Morning Coffee, and I am actually bringing morning coffee to you from Chicago, Illinois. I am currently on the dialysis machine, and I want to show you something real quick. I'm going to try my best to flip this video so that you can see this. And I hope that you saw it. I'm not sure if you saw what I was trying to show you, but I'm sitting here and I'm looking over at a prosthetic it goes down from the thigh, so it's a prosthetic part of a leg. And I'm sitting here and I'm thinking to myself, wow, plus on dialysis. Now, that's the backdrop of the story that I'm about to share with you. And I'm going to make it real short, real sweet, real to the point. And this thing that you see draped across me in Chicago, I guess they don't put the machine on the same side that your arm is. So they have to drape the thing across. So for those of you who are egged off by the blood, try and listen to the message. And then maybe perhaps you could bookmark this. Because this is my blood. But think about the blood of Jesus. Okay? Because in the essence, all that I'm saying is this. I looked over as I'm, being dialyzed, and I looked over at that prosthetic, part of the leg, plus the nails on dialysis. And, sometimes we just need to stop and be grateful. We don't give ourselves and the God we serve enough credit and enough glory for simply being able to live through some of the stuff that we live through, based upon the condition that we are currently in. And that stops our growth. That stops our mental growth. It stops our intellectual growth, And just now that man, me looking over here and seeing that prosthetic, foot or whatever it was, that helped me put things back into perspective because, baby, when you start projecting stuff, all that you're really projecting, think about a film projector and it projects a movie. All that you're really projecting is all the images that come from within your mind, okay? And those images, they have absolutely nothing to do with an infinite God. In fact, it cripples us with fear. And what I mean is, when I came, coming to Chicago, I dialyzed Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So they called me and told me, I think I got some toothpaste on my mouth. At least, I brushed my teeth. They called and told me that I can't dialyze on Friday. I would have to wait till Saturday. Immediately I began to projecting, oh, God, I'm going to die. Oh, God, something's going to happen to me. Because the poisons will accumulate in your body. And when poisons accumulate in your body, it's almost like an ammonia smell. You could taste it, you could feel it, and it's just letting you know that you're not in a very good place. And plus the fluid. I'm going to educate some of you who don't know about dialysis. People on dialysis cannot basically urinate. So that fluid is retained in the body, and part of what the machine does, while it cleanses the blood, is it also removes the fluid. So, at first I was nervous, and then I remember I hit my knees every morning. And if you've been watching the prayer and meditation video, so why am I projecting fear? They took me this morning. I drove here, myself. Was offered, help and for someone to come sit with me. But sometimes you need to be by yourself and in your alone time so that you can get and gain retrospective and get your balance back. I needed to come here today so that I could see that, because it put me in the mind somebody is often doing a lot worse than what you think you are. So you simply need to be grateful. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, that man could come and they have to take his prosthetic leg off, and he can still sit through dialysis, and he can get up, and he can breathe, and he can live, That's telling me we are created by a creator, you know, who is powerful. And that I need to not worry about what I consider to be a problem, but focus on instead living. I'm not going to even say a solution. I'm just going to simply say living. The more I focus on living, the more I'll be able to enjoy this vacation. You know, I could have lied in my bed, and I could have missed the opportunity to go and visit with my grandmother, whom I went and visited. My grandmother means a lot to me. I may tear up. This is a woman who, when I was little, she didn't call me no fag, she didn't call me no punk, she didn't call me out my name. She saw me as a child who questioned and everything, you know, who questioned, you know, life, who questioned sexuality, who questioned whatever. But what she saw was me as just an innocent child who was a grandbaby. And she was able to, in the sea of my isolation and in the sea of growing up in a family that did call me punk, family, sissy, and growing up with, you know, experiences to where I would get beat for that, she saw something in me that was all love. And my point is, she loved me when I needed to be loved, and I did not need to project the fears of other people, because that's sometimes what we do. I didn't need to project the fears of other people, even as a child. So when she got, you know, became very religious and went into the apostolic faith, it kind of, you know, it distorted my thinking and it distracted me to the point of I did not want to really invade her privacy. That was her life. That was her relationship with God. You know, so that was my excuse for not going to see her. But and so when I came here and they said I couldn't come to dialysis until Saturday, I thank God for the ability to look beyond my own fault and see the need. And she had said to me about a month ago that she missed me coming to visit with her. And it's been like years since I visited with her, like years. And I just feel honored that I was able to put my petty frustrations or put my fear or my projections about how sick I thought I would be. And we traveled on up. And I think the driver that took me, I think the mother that rode in the car with the driver that took me, and we went and met with my grandmother and sat and had a good old time. She played Lee Williams videos, as I knew she would, and even played the video with her singing. And she showed pictures, and we talked about my Aunt Ruth, and the time spent was priceless. And so what I'm sharing with you is this. It is your duty to live in the moment and not live in the projection of your fears. Because while you're busy projecting images that's coming from your mind, and you know most of us have some really messed up thinking, you're missing the precious gems and you're missing the life opportunities that God has already set up for you. And when things don't go according to plan, baby, that's why we pray and we meditate. Because we are not the Alpha and the Omega. So we learn how to live within our means, and we learn how to live with the plan, whatever it may be. So I just want to leave this with you on morning coffee. I look over at that prosthetic leg, and I think that there's somebody that's worse off than me. And they may not even be worse off than me. They just may have a different condition than I do. And they're able to live with it because God knew that they had the spirit to do that. And I just want to say, if people like me can do that, so can you. Get off your lazy behind and live your life and gain the value of the precious gems. This is another morning coffee brought to you from Chicago, Illinois. Have a very peaceful, wonderful day.